You said that like I'm a radical left wing like Democrat lunatic. Can you tell me why?
That's right.
Can you tell me why you
Because
think that?
Donald Trump said so. Because we know what the
What?
Democrats look like. They've had the entire West Coast from Seattle to San Diego for the last decade. San Francisco, that's Nancy Pelosi's district. That's Kamala Harris district,
Kamala.
DA. What does it look like there?
She's
I
currently
don't
not
do
working there.
Kamala. It's Kamala. Whatever I say is homeless encampments.
Can you name one Republican policy or Trump supported policy that would reduce homelessness?
I don't know. You go on Agenda 47. We'll go on Agenda 47 on DonaldTrump.com and we'll go point by point.
No,
You want to do it the right way?
can you
Let's
just
see
tell me
what he's
anything that he's
done.
done? Can you tell me anything that he's done that is like helpful to homeless people?
Well, he's done stuff for the veterans,
Like
but
cut
this is
like
all stuff.
cut
That's
the
a state
VA.
issue.
He's also
This
advocating
is
to cut
issues
food
of the
stamps
state.
and
I don't think
Medicaid.
he done that.
He did.
No, there's a process to this, man. He's cutting fraud and waste and abuse.
That would be himself.
Is what's going on here.
That would be himself. But what fraud, waste, and abuse did he cut?
Well, I mean, there's you could go through any of the list on Doge or what they
Doge.
uncovered
Okay.
there with the millions
I have a question.
they're sending here and there, hither and thither.
Yeah. Do you know what's happened between Elon and Trump recently, where Donald Trump explicitly through the big beautiful bill, Elon said Donald Trump went against everything that he did at Doge by supporting this bill. How do you feel about that?
Well, Elon tweeted. He tweeted 2 days after that the things he said about Trump was harsh, and he regretted it. So there was some regret
So
there.
it was just harsh, not that it was false, just that it was harsh.
Well, I don't know the ins and outs of that particular deal, but I mean, he's not a perfect guy, man. He's not, but he's better than what the Democrats
But the
have
big beautiful
produced for the
bill
last
clearly,
decade.
the big beautiful bill clearly has lots of like waste in it. You understand that, right? I can go over that.
Well, you know, Trump's a little two-faced. He is, but he's doing the right thing overall, man. Overall, he's better than the Democrats have what to offer. We know what they look like. They've infiltrated every education, every health care, every HR, and what have they done to this country? They turned it into a unaffordable hellhole where people have problems living and surviving and finding the American dream. And it's just been all
Can I
turned
ask
to
you a
crap,
question?
man.
I'll ask you another one.
From Biden.
Can you tell me one housing
ahead.
affordability policy that Donald Trump was advocating for?
Well, I don't know these things off the thing. There's a process to this stuff, man. What he got to do, he got to fix the fraud, waste, and abuse.
Hold on, I just want to clarify to you. I just want to clarify to you. There is no housing affordability policy that Donald Trump supports. And that's honestly the issue. If he's not willing to even support any policies specifically that are going to address the concerns in terms of the housing crisis, well, then why would you think he's a better candidate as it relates to this problem that's existing? Kamala Harris had a policy for it and how to like she even talked about it and wanted to address it. But Donald Trump didn't even address it.
I mean, go to Agenda 47 on his website, man. One of his points right here. Ending the nightmare of the homeless, addicts, and dangerously deranged. That is a number one point right on his website.
Yeah.
It says it right here.
I understand. I've read through the Agenda 47. None of them are specific policies. They're general platitudes. And a lot of the things in Agenda 47 he's not even advocating for or trying to do. Like in Agenda 47, it says that he wants to get rid of homelessness for veterans. When, since he's been in office, has he once advocated for that? When? Seriously, like I genuinely, like I would love to hear it.
This is the outline. This is the stuff he said. No Democrat, nobody else would even say these types of things that he on his website here.
Christian, what's up? What's up? By the way, did you hear this recently? He wanted to put people...
a new quantum leap to revolutionize the American standard of living. He got a framework for this stuff.
How so?
He's only been in for 100 days,
the concepts of a plan?
Yeah, this stuff takes time. Reversing...
He's had 9 years for running for president for a concept.
Biden's disastrous trade deficit, preventing new
trade deficits aren't bad.
Protect American workers.
And it's not created by
Biden
Biden
with the
either.
American workers?
He didn't protect American workers at all.
He brought back the steel. He brought back the auto industry.
Just wrong.
Yeah, he did.
Wrong.
He did.
Wrong.
He cutting out Canada. He cut.
So both sides support the auto tariffs that you're specifically referencing. That's not unique to Donald Trump. If you want to reference specifically manufacturing in the United States, manufacturing and investment didn't increase in this country until Biden came in office and like invested in it through like the Chips and Science Act and other sorts of policies like the bipartisan infrastructure bill that then lead to investment specifically in manufacturing. It was stagnant under the Trump administration. This idea that Donald Trump is bringing back jobs to the country is ridiculous. Like, give me a single policy, like genuinely a single policy that Trump passed that has done that.
Yeah, they give all that money got squandered, and none of it made it to the homeless. It all goes to bureaucrats and corrupt, deranged liberal leftists who are in charge of these HR departments, who taken over the government, taken over the education, taken over the police, taken over the mayorship, and by hook or by crook, they try and destroy the whole thing by illegal immigration.
Can you tell me?
These are blue zones for eternity.
Yeah. Just let me know what specific radical left Democrat lunatic did that.
The mayor of LA, Newscup, they're all in it. It's a big cabal, man.
Who you said who?
It's a
you cut out.
Cabal. They're all in it.
So
why is Nancy Pelosi's district?
That word that you just used is associated, especially with like right wing conspiracy theories, particularly about like under the ground like group of people that control like the whole world. So is that really the argument you're trying to provide here? Because that's kind of fun.
Like, in on it, man, and you a part of that cabal.
Okay.
This is your job. You profit off TDS, man. You put out a constant stream of Trump derangement syndrome as your job, collecting tens of thousands of dollars and doing this crap that ends up where they go and sit in a barrel on the 6th hole and poo-poo Donald Trump. That's the kind of crap you setting the stage for, man. And anything you say, even when he does something good, that don't go along good with your paycheck. So there's nothing anybody can say or do to get you to believe what your paycheck tells you otherwise. The agenda for protecting students from the radical left Marxist maniacs infecting educational institutions.
Can you define Marxism?
Straight up. And that's 100% the truth. These people at the educational institutions have done
I have a question.
To these kids.
I have a question.
Kids like you.
I have a question. Can you define Marxism?
Oh, it's basically Marxist feminist. The modern day Marxism is you going along with all the woke bullcrap.
Can you define woke?
It's wokeness.
So he can't define Marxism. What does woke mean?
Woke is like all these batch crazy lunatic fringe ideas for society, like pride, like you say in pride.
It's literally just acceptance of gay people and trans people. Like, it's not some radical position. It shouldn't be considered some radical position.
Well, it's turned into corporate pride. Corporate pride were the best.
Wait, businesses, right, not upholding pride in a value sense is only reflective of those businesses' values, not the people in society that specifically
this is corporate perverts is
are engaging in pride. Pride has nothing to do specifically with how corporations respond to it. Can you come back here and define woke for me, please? You just said like crazy views, because then like Donald Trump is woke too, because he thinks the climate's going to start cooling and that science just doesn't know it yet. He believes he won the 2020 election. I mean, like, there's plenty of things.
Agenda 47, the rise of chronic childhood illnesses. Number one. Who else is going to say that?
If you want to, wait, hold up. Can you tell me, wait, hold up. What was his policy to address that?
Well, he got RFK up in there now.
RFK is not addressing that. That's you saying RFK didn't. No.
RFK just took out the whole.
RFK doesn't believe in science. RFK doesn't believe in science. RFK just puts Robert Malone in the administration. The guy that literally is like batshit insane, that denies science, that guy that was denying the scientific consensus of vaccines being safe and effective, which there's a bibliography of over 25 pages of just straight peer-reviewed evidence in my bio that you can look at that shows like evidence that they're safe and effective. And that guy denied that consensus.
That's exactly what it is. Dogma. Safe and effective religiosity. That's your religion. Your vaccine religion.
You mean studies? You mean facts and evidence?
All your fake crap. bought off by people like
Bought off?
Paul Offit
No, it
and
was
all those other
internationally.
corrupt people.
You think internationally it was
These
bought
people,
off?
they're all corrupt. We know their
Every
corruption for
study's
decades.
corrupt.
And would we challenge them to debate?
Every
All I
study's
say is
corrupt.
challenge them to
What
debate. They
evidence do you
can't do it. They
wait.
never do it.
What evidence do you have that every study's corrupt? And how do you
Anything
know that
before
information isn't corrupt?
2016, especially.
Wait,
All
wait, wait.
bought up.
So here's
Corona hoax, that was another hoax. Boogeyman hoax.
how do you
another
know?
climate scare hoax.
Actually, let me clarify my question. Right? How do you know the information that you're receiving and saying that it's unreliable is even reliable in of itself?
By my empirical speculation, discrimination,
Speculation and empirics aren't the
God-given,
same thing.
Scrutiny.
Wait,
No, I've been godly imbibed with scrutiny and discrimination, and
if you looked at empirics, you would be looking at the studies.
I know a huckster.
Wait,
I know
to
a
clarify.
hoodwink when I see one.
Wait.
And
What did you just say? I don't even
people-
know what you just said. So again, if you said you look at empirics, well then you'd look at studies, right? That would be empirics.
Yeah, no, I got a whole list of studies. I got dozens of studies, and every time I produce them, and it hits a leftist, a person like you, you just try and gaslight it away. That's all you do. Try and falsify it out of existence. Try and rearrange it.
Can you define gaslight real quick? I just want to know if you know if you're. I just want to make sure you're using the term correctly. Can you define gaslighting?
Yeah, people who have valid concerns about the way things are being governed, or valid concerns about the way things are in a relationship, or they produce their problems. They tell you explicitly what their problems are, and then you say, "Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, you're overthinking it. Oh, it's no big deal." That's what gaslighting is.
Okay, so then you'd
when
so
you
then,
take somebody's concerns and you minimize them. You minimize them, and you take them not seriously, and you ridicule them. You call them conspiracy theory. You call them all this other crap.
You don't.
When this has real world harm.
You know what? Let's use your definition there. You don't have a valid concern because it's not based on evidence. So, but based on your own definition, I'm not gaslighting because you don't have a valid concern.
Didn't know what evidence was, Parker. If it tapped on your shoulder, man.
Really? I cited you a bibliography of peer-reviewed evidence, and you didn't say that's evidence.
Proof, you're going to say, "Oh, it's not evidence. It's not proof."
Isn't that what you just did?
You rearrange.
Isn't that what you just did?
You demoralize it.
What did I demoralize?
You can to try and water it down and make it
what are you referencing?
Confusing for people.
What are you referencing? I didn't make anything confusing. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. If you need any clarification,
that's just your playbook,
just ask me.
Man. Yo, thanks for the what's up. That's just your playbook.
Thanks
that's
for the what's
up.
That's
the playbook of delusion. By you guys all go by. You just zoom in on one little pedantic fact or detail instead of looking at the whole picture, and you try and just confuse the crap out of that and make the whole thing about some little irrelevant pedantic point.
Isn't that what you're doing right now? I think you're being pretty confusing and you're talking about some irrelevant point. Would you like to instead address like what we're here to talk about in general? Because right now that's exactly what you're doing. You need to look into a mirror.
Is a game changer.
What?
Agenda.
Well, you just got a misinformation ban, so that's very unfortunate. I'm really confused. That was my first guest of today, chat. Like I haven't done anything yet. That was my first guest of the day. Like why was he? I don't know, man. He was not liking me. He did not like me.